welcome to Show of the Week. I'm Jane.
And I'm Mike, and this week I've been brushing up on my ancient history using this Xbox 360 indie game.
Did Romans have recharging health?
Yeah.
Is that how they conquered the world?
Yeah, I mean it was based on just really good nutrition and sanitation.
It's amazing the stuff they leave out of history books.
It is literally unbelievable. At the same time, I was watching the new trailer for Call of Duty Advanced Warfare to find out what we get next from House of CoD.
Is it dogs?
No.
Is it robot dogs?
No.
Is it Kevin Spacey?
No. Wait.
America's been trying to install democracies in nations for a century, and it hasn't worked one time.
Right, yes, it does have Kevin Spacey in it. And also hover bikes. Because this is advanced warfare, of the kind waged by powerful private military companies in the year 2054, when this next Call of Duty is set. The PMC in question is run by Kevin Spacey's character Jonathan Irons, who has strong opinions about American military intervention overseas. Ask him about them sometime.
Democracy is not what these people need. Hell, it's not even what they want.
All right, Kaiser Soze. You play Private Mitchell, voiced by the ubiquitous Troy Baker. Previously on Call of Duty, Baker appeared as Private Joseph Allen, who got shot in the face at the end of No Russian. Better luck this time, eh?
So how do I look? Like one of the bad guys.
That was no message. This is a message.
Private Mitchell trades his job as a US Marine for a job at Spacey's PMC, which makes it less a Call of Duty and more a call of getting paid, but that's cool. We can't blame anyone for taking a job where one of the perks is a super-powered exoskeleton, like the one you get in Call of Duty Advanced Warfare.
People don't want freedom. They want boundaries, rules.
This military spec exosuit lets you jump higher and dodge faster. Also, you can hover, cloak and climb sheer surfaces with magnetic gloves. The suit and its abilities promise to be the difference maker when it comes to developer Sledgehammer turning out a Call of Duty that feels, well, not just like more of the same old Call of Duty. This early on, it's hard to say if Advanced Warfare will pull it off, but Sledgehammer is the studio founded by the creators of Dead Space, promising, and when Advanced Warfare comes out this November, the studio will have had 3 years to create this Call of Duty, not the usual 2.
Themselves.
For those reasons, and for being the first Call of Duty made specifically for the new consoles, because some other studio will handle the last-gen version, and for Kevin Spacey, obviously, Advanced Warfare has our attention. We're watching you, Spacey.
And that's where I come in.
And then he's like, democracy, democracy, and then starts ragging on democracy.
What's Kevin Spacey got against democracy?
Well, he doesn't need it, because he's got the robo super-powered exosuit.
There's better near-future military tech than that.
All right, Tony Stark, why don't you tell us what you got?
We've known for a while that there's a friendly rivalry between Call of Duty developers, so perhaps when Infinity Ward caught wind of Treyarch's ludicrous explosive remote control car, they decided to one-up them by sticking a fur coat and a wagging tail on it. Listen to their protestations though, and they'll tell you that actually remote control dogs do exist, using mounted cameras to see, vibrating collars to steer them, and little earpieces to issue commands. The idea is to combine the heightened senses of a dog with the operational intelligence of a human. We have identified a fairly serious flaw in this strategy though. All the terrorist has to do is throw a frag grenade and shout "fetch" to immediately eliminate the threat. Active denial system. Come on, the military, call it what it is, a high-powered microwave heat ray. Basically, this thing works like a microwave oven, heating the top 0.4mm of your skin and causing acute discomfort. The ADS was actually deployed in 2010 into Afghanistan mounted on top of a vehicle, but then withdrawn without seeing combat. In Call of Duty Black Ops 2's 2025, the tech has been miniaturized and made lethal in the shape of the Guardian score streak. They did miss the opportunity to have it make a ding sound when it kills an enemy though. An honourable mention goes to Duke Nukem 3D, which predicted this technology with haunting realism all the way back in 1996. Video games can't seem to get enough of active camo. Ever since Predator, we've been obsessed with the idea of camouflage that's so sophisticated that it bends light around you and renders you nearly invisible. Turns out the military rather like the idea too and have been trying to develop the technology for years. The tech's most notable appearance in video games, aside from in actual Predator games, is in the Metal Gear Solid series, often as a reward after completing the game. Deus Ex Human Revolution's Adam Jensen is also a fan, not least because his version allows him to sneak past laser tripwires. Our favourite appearance though was in an early pre-reboot version of Ghost Recon Future Soldier, which took the near bit of near future a bit too far, draping its scout in what looks like a raggedy bath towel. More plausible and realistic maybe, but not particularly cool. For the final game they sensibly opted for just applying it to the military fatigues.
What do you have for me?
I've got those.
One of the classic cheats for old PC multiplayer shooters was the wall hack, which lets you see enemy positions through solid walls. Clearly the military is looking for the same competitive advantage over insurgents. Splinter Cell Conviction's solution to the problem is sonar goggles, technology traditionally associated with submarines. They send out a pulse of ultra-high frequency sound and build up an image of the area based on the echoes that come back. A bit of AI processing then apparently identifies people, explosives, and, you'd hope, any confused bats in the area. Call of Duty Black Ops 2 meanwhile opts for the backscatter X-ray technology, which is the one in airports that allows the TSA to look through your clothes and see your penis. For Black Ops 2, that technology is built into a gun sight, allowing you to look through walls and see bad guys. And yes, shoot their penises off, if you insist.
Now it's time to see what you've been saying in the YouTube comments and writing on pocket calculators using numbers. I don't get it. Whoa.
First up, your comments on last week's show about Child of Light, the artsiest 2D games on XBLA, and also a haunted skull from New Mexico.
You better get going if you're going to get that skull back to New Mexico in time. I'm not having the studio be cursed again.
Alright. Not now, Kersey.
Mr. Jedi Kyle has a tip. Dust and Elysian Tales should be on that artsy list. It's also our first free game for the month of May. If you have the hard drive space, you should definitely download it.
Sound advice. Meanwhile, Nathaniel Ainsley thinks that Activision needs to hire Andy for all of the voices in Call of Duty from now on.
Ooh, good idea.
Democracy. Oh, I've said it too many times now, it sounds weird. Democracy.
Yeah, eat it, Spacey.
Finally, Mike O'Halloran says, wait, how did the studio get haunted last time?
Cursed book.
That was the time before.
Oh, right, sorry, I lose track.
Don't worry about it. Next up, your comments on this video on the manliest bromances in video games.
Starting their legendary bromance as the only two playable characters in the original Street Fighter game, Ryu and Ken have been basically inseparable since. And that's even with Ryu's fondness for just wandering off. There he goes again.
There are plenty of wronged bros in the comments looking to add their own favourite bromances, like John Graffner, who says, Archer and Kestrel, my voice must be heard! And Killer HD Gaming, who suggests Solid Snake and Otacon.
Leave it to me.
Longshots, meanwhile, thinks Soap and Price from the Modern Warfare series. And KH Chan is all for the Heavy and Medic in Team Fortress 2.
What happens now?
Now? Let's go practice medicine.
And Fantacore suggests Uncharted's Nathan Drake and Sully, best bromance of all time.
Well, you're looking awfully good for a corpse.
So you brought the girl after all, huh?
In addition, Stephen Howard writes, I tweeted earlier about facing my unholy wrath if Dom and Marcus were not on this list, only to later realise that they were on the thumbnail for the video. I apologise and hope that we can put this whole incident behind us.
Consider the matter forgotten, Stephen. Finally this week, your comments on our video about 7 fan theories for the Arkham Knight's identity that will blow your mind. He's a militaristic, violent version of Batman who uses guns, dresses in high-tech battle armor, and has a distinctive Arkham A on his chest. Mad Bunny Rabbit is too cool for everything in the world, saying, So when will I get those 7 theories that will blow my mind? Still waiting. Presumably before fixing a jukebox by thumping it and then tearing off on his Harley.
While Hitman Nick17 thinks that the Arkham Knight is going to be controlled by the dog from Silent Hill.
What a twist! Theo Fortis suggests the Arkham Knight could possibly be his brother Thomas Wayne Jr. from Earth 1, who has no other identity in this timeline and is very unheard of. He's usually Owlman in other universes.
Owlman?
Yeah.
Can he rotate his head through 360 degrees?
Why not? Finally, Sivan Smith says, I'm glad you took on board my request for more heckling of Andy. Next time you could maybe step things up a notch and start throwing stuff too.
It's a good idea.
He said next time, not now. Ow! I'm sharp.
Oh, okay. You're no fun. I'll see you later. I'm going to go to the studio.
Ah, no spark plugs.
All right, that's nearly it from Show of the Week, but there's still just a little bit more time to be all about the like button, which you will find in this general area down here. Please use it, why not?
And if you want to get in touch, you can do that also. We are at outsidexbox on Twitter and /outsidexbox on Facebook. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.
America has tried to install democracy in tons of places and it hasn't worked one time. I mean, I haven't got any of the figures in front of me or anything.